Warning, the following content may contain elements that aren't suitable for certain audiences. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Welcome to another episode of the Unpressables. I am your host, former professional football player and BBC Squad Goals presenter, Calvin Andrew. If you're new here, what we do here is we're trying to give you a little bit of an insight in what it takes to be exceptional in your field. And I want to be able to help people maximize their potential, their mind and body and whatnot, and the variables to achieve greatness, basically. I'll be picking the brains of nutritionists, psychologists, elite athletes, as we have today. Without further ado, presenting Mr. Wilfried Zaha once again. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you very much. Not too bad. Had a family reunion yesterday. I think the turnout was about 75 people on my dad's side. Yeah, big family, bro. Big family. So yeah, I was with everyone yesterday down south, caught up with everyone. So yeah, shouts to all of them. Really enjoyed it. We had a discussion the other day about it, didn't we? Saying about, how important it is to be able to try to spend time with those that are closest to you and all that kind of stuff. So a bit tired from that, but it was good. It was fun to catch up with everyone. I appreciate you coming on again. Part 2. I know a lot of the Galatasaray fans have been calling for it. People being in my DMs. Oh, when are you going to get Wilf back on? So appreciate you coming through. I won't take too much of your time. One question I will say, I see you got the hat on. Are the dreads coming back?
Yeah, man. They're coming back. I got it actually done today.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I got the woman who's been doing my hair for like 10, 13 years. She came today actually to do my dreads here because I don't know anyone that can do dreads here, to be honest. So yeah.
No, good stuff. But or not, that is a question that I've been asked. People are like, "Oh, could you ask Wilf when you speak to him whether the dreads are coming?" Well, they call it prime dreaded Wilf, or how people come up with like mad.
Yeah, boy. But yeah, people been on. I've been seeing that stuff, but my hair's coming back because that's the style I like. It's not about
anyone else,
man.
I like that. I wish I could, bruv. I can't lie. Hey, to be fair, you will remember. To be fair, my hair changed like probably about 24, 25. Man, just this thing.
Yeah. There's certain people that are calm with like what's it called? You're calm with a bald head because you've got like a beard and all that stuff. So you're good, man. When your hair started to go or whatever, you're still calm. You can step into that bald head lane. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
man.
The bald head lane. I remember it like I said. I think I used to have a low cut anyway, but I remember very first time I was just woke up. I was like, "Yo, where's all this going here? Man, just playing one up front in the middle." But I had some bad haircuts, man. It all starts when I was probably my sister. I'm gonna put on blast on this one. When I was about 15, she tried to line me up once, innit? All in the arm and that, but she couldn't get the back straight, so she lining. Bro, I went to school the next day with the thing up here, bro.
Yeah, man, you're taking bad risks.
Risky. Nobody's cut my hair since then,
Really?
Nah, I think probably a couple of trims I've had, but most of the time I'm cutting my hair myself. But it's easy to bald it off anyway.
Yeah, that's calm, man.
Boy, but yeah, man went bald early doors. Obviously, Euros has been and gone. Spain won that. Don't want to talk too much about that. I'm not sure how everyone feels about it. I don't want to talk too much about that. But what I do want to ask you about is penalties, because I watched the penalties England took against Switzerland. Congrats to them, man, by the way. Some fantastic English penalties in that one. And I watched it with my nephew, Zayden, and I remember him asking me, he was like, "Oh, that's like pressure," and the way he was feeling about it. And I was trying to explain to him, the last penalty I took was at Old Trafford in the Cup. And I had to take the first one, and the walk up, full house at Old Trafford, the pressure was on. And I sort of was trying to explain to him that as I was walking to take the penalty, I was literally muttering to myself without moving my mouth. I was like, "I've taken this 100 times. I've taken this penalty 100 times. It doesn't matter where the keeper goes. I've done this so many times. it's all about belief in that moment. But I know you were chief penalty taker at Palace, scored some fantastic penalties. I wanted to know what your thought process is when you're approaching the spot.
Obviously, I feel like what's it called? It's definitely nerve wracking when you're walking up, and especially penalty shootout as well.
Yeah.
That one there is mad. When you've got the away or whatever, you've got their fan base shouting whatever. But I think at the time you just got to gather your thoughts and go with your first mindset. That's what I used to do when when I walk up or whatever. I'll go with that first decision that I have in my head, because more time when you go up there and you're scrambling, that's when you end up missing. When you're jogging up and you're like, nah, I'm gonna change it. That's when you end up just to keep clocking what you're gonna do, or you end up just mucking it up. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I've always said don't change your mind as well, and I think there's a lot of penalty takers now. Obviously, everyone's watching what Ivan Toney's doing, where he waits for the keeper to make it. So there's a lot of young players now looking at that, like, oh, that's what I want to do. And I really think that is a unique technique that not a lot of people got.
Yeah.
And a lot of young players should stay away from that one. If I'm completely honest, it's fantastic to watch him do it, but I think if you're waiting a lot of the time on keepers will psych you out and you'll end up missing. So yeah, stick to your mindset is basically what you're saying there. And like you got to big yourself up. I'm a firm believer of that. I wanted to talk also about authenticity. I think your biggest trait from my perspective is you've always been yourself. I've known you since you were young to now. You've always been the same guy. And, your true beliefs have always come through. And believe it or not, there's a study, I'm always looking at there's a study on human behavior, and it's called the SPAN study. It's the SPANE. It stands for it stands for Scale of Positive and Negative Experience. And basically, they hook people up to all these different machines. I don't know how legal it is, but they hook people up all these different machines and stuff, and they scan people's and measure people's frequencies and vibrations when they're exposed to, I've got it here, when they're exposed to love, anger, all these different emotions and stuff. And believe it or not, the one that gives off the most positive vibration for your body is authenticity. When people are just being themselves, that is when you're in your strongest moment. And I mean, in today's life with social media, people acting fake and all this kind of stuff, there's the science backing it up. You're doing yourself no favors by trying
honestly,
something you're not.
it must. Yeah, I think that stuff must just be tiring, man. Honestly, because I don't know, just trying to be someone you're not just sounds just so tiring, man. I just prefer to be me, and I do what I do, man. Like people, I do what I do. I don't disrespect anyone or whatever, but I'm just the way I am, and that's what's got me where I am today.
Yeah, I think so for sure, bro. I think, like I said, that's always been something I've always watched you from afar, I guess, over the last sort of couple of years, and it's always been like, yeah, Will's just being himself, man. He's being himself. But what gets lost in that, really though, is people then see a side of you that they try to make up their own judgment because they only see you on the pitch or sat down with media guys that are trying to pick holes in you or whatever, and they don't know you as a person, but they make a judgment on you as a person, which is why it's good for you to come on here and be able to talk, because people are to get to see you the way I know you.
Yeah, but to be honest, I used to get frustrated with that before, but I feel like there's people that's got to take the time to, I don't know, just read between the lines, not just watch highlights and stuff like that, or just me on the pitch, because obviously me on the pitch, I'm aggressive, I want to win. You know what I mean? Like, but you can't take that and think you know me directly, So I used to get annoyed about it, because I used to think, like, you can't just watch football and then assume like this guy, he's really arrogant, he's whatever. Because it's like, nah. Like, my thing is, like, especially when you step on a pitch, you need a touch of arrogance, because I feel like I do my stuff. I feel like I bring something to the game, So when I take the ball and there's that touch of arrogance, but it's not like that shouldn't offend someone.
No.
Just come and take the ball. That's just that's just my way of playing. Like I feel like I'm a good player, and I feel like I add something to the game, and I can do something in the game. So I have that touch of arrogance when I play, when I do my tricks and whatever. So, but yeah, I don't know. People will take things how they want to take things, to be honest. But if you come and speak to me, you'll know exactly how I am. Chill.
Of course, I think, like you just mentioned there about the arrogance, people will say, "Oh yeah, he's arrogant, he's this," and look at it as a bad thing. If you don't have confidence in your own ability, you won't make it anywhere. You
Exactly.
believe in yourself to achieve anything in life. So
Yeah.
I think there is that thing there where people say, "Oh yeah, he's arrogant. I don't like him." Obviously, there's a fine line where it can go too far, but
Yeah, obviously. But I feel like you gotta have tiny bit of arrogance about the way you play, and just you get on that pitch and you feel like, yeah, like I'm the man, like I'm gonna come and do my stuff and do whatever I need to do. And I feel like that's in all walks of life, really, because that confidence that you have in yourself, you got to carry that everywhere, because in life you're gonna have ups and downs, you're gonna have no's, you're gonna have yeses, and you may have more no's than yes. So you got to build yourself back up. That's the reality. I've had to do it in my career, where it's like I've had no's from people, and it's just like the real belief. You can have your friends tell you, no, you're the best, but at the end of the day, it's you. You're in your shoes. You know how you feel after that no, and it's only you that can build yourself back up. No one else.
so true. So true. I think that's something along people's journey, especially in sport,
Yeah.
that find, like you mentioned there will be a lot more doors closed in your face and a lot more opportunities that go by and a lot more losses, not necessarily in the game, but personal losses, as in, injuries and all these kind of things. And yeah, if you don't have that level of belief and that drive that you talked about in the last episode about, wanting to be the best, then you won't achieve anything.
Yeah.
What I will say is, you were talking about before about being annoyed. You know what actually annoys me? When people will say about, oh yeah, you know, Will's this, Will's that, whatever. And I know you really well. And they'll say, hey, he's arrogant, or he only believes in himself, or only wants to do these things. People forget about and don't know. I mean, you can't really speak about it too much, but sort of the charitable work that you do. You donate a lot of money to people less fortunate, and in the UK and in the Ivory Coast as well. I know it's difficult for you to speak on it, but does that annoy you as well? When because I know I look at it and I think, bro, this guy does more for people than you would ever know, and you're out here disrespecting him.
Yeah, but the thing is, the thing with me doing that, it's a thing where that doesn't annoy me because I don't do it for the plaudits.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is, there's a lot of people that do. Like, there's a lot of people that are out here go give food to the homeless, and they've got a camera in the homeless guy's face while they're doing it. I don't do it for any of that. That's why, like, I've accepted awards and stuff because of like friends that's put my stuff out there for people to know what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's never been a thing where I don't care to be just like in a picture where all the homeless guys or less fortunate guys are putting their hands up to me. I'm in the middle, like I'm Jesus. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
no, bro. Like, it's just a thing where my mentality, that, well, to be honest, my mum instilled this in my head from young. Like, what's it called? Just give back. And ever since I started football, it's just something I've always done. It's like, God's blessed me, so if I can give back and try and help other people, I will. Like, if I actually can, and that just me in general as a person. If I can help, and it won't take nothing from me, why can't I do it?
Yep. Something I'm a firm believer in as well. You just mentioned there about God as well. What would you say sort of religion has played a part in your success? Because I know for me, having a religious background, my family, my parents, both my parents always sort of instilled in me that when you have faith in something bigger than yourself, especially, and you have a relationship with God, you're never alone. You're never on your own, really.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that was my way of always looking at it as well, that I'm never alone in whatever I do. What would you say the religion had a part in your career?
Um, the whole of my career, really.
Mm.
Like, I feel like God is the reason why I'm here today. Like, from what I've come from, and I've seen both sides of life. As you like, I've had nothing, and then God's brought me to here. You know, and it's like I've, that's why I've always got to praise Him and give Him glory for everything, because without Him, I'd never be here. Like, what's it called? The game when Palace played against Man United in the cup, where we won 2-1, I think. What's it called? I remember before that game, my mum told me to write a scripture on the paper, and when I go out to the pitch, I don't know if I've told you this story before. When I go out to the pitch, put it in your boot, and then just as you step onto the pitch, just say that verse, the prayer. And what's it called? Yeah. So before the Man United game, I remember I had Preds. I used to wear Preds. It's crazy.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, you take what you can get back then, bro.
I hear it. I hear it.
Yeah. So I had that scripture under my foot in my boot that game, and obviously I feel like that's the game that really launched my career, where in terms of knowing who I am, really.
Mm-hmm.
And I give that to God, because it's like people can choke in those moments. Like away at Man United, we're little old Crystal Palace, and we're playing against some of the people I've watched growing up my whole life, and the stadium's full. So it's easy to choke where you're just not in the game, you know. But I don't know, like, obviously God says help yourself and He'll do the rest. So obviously I put in the effort, but then He's just
Create.
yeah, like it's when I tell you after that game, my phone was blowing up and this and that, and it's just like that was the first real. It's just like, I don't know, man. Once again, God has proved that in no matter what, He'll always come through. So it's just, yeah, God's done a lot for me, man. Done a lot. He's still doing loads for me now. So yeah, I'm forever thankful, man.
Yeah, I love that. I always look at, like I said, talking about faith. Everyone has different, faiths and religions and all that kind of stuff. But for me, I always look at it as something that is sort of guided me on my path as well. And when we talk about the dark times in football, which
Yeah,
many, those times where your back's against the wall, for me, obviously with my cruciate ligament injuries, where doctors are saying to me you're never going to play again, stuff like that, I can't do that on my own. People will say, "Oh, you're so strong to it," but it's not all me. I
yeah,
have to give all of that to
yeah,
and Saviour. You know what I mean? Because that is what got me through those dark times. And what continues for me, even doing this work here today, is because I look at my life, I look at some of the mistakes I've made, the things I've been through, and I think to myself, if I can give that to somebody else, like you're talking about helping people, and give a little bit of a route for somebody else to take anything from, it might help someone else's life. And I do think that is what it is all about. So yeah, you speaking on that.
100%.
You talked earlier on, I'm going to ask you a difficult question now. You talked earlier on about, your progression and whatnot. What would you say? For me, I think every day you have to keep, growing and trying to be better. I would say, what were you working on kind of now? What are you trying to improve on in your game in football at the moment? If there is anything, you might just be like, no, I'm done. But for me, every day you're out there, you're always trying to do something, aren't you?
Yeah, there's what's it called? You always gotta keep improving. I could never say I'm done. I'm nowhere near the top player where I can say I'm done. I'm always working on finishing and just just kind of like my awareness on the pitch and getting into what's it called, spaces where I can get on the ball and impact the game, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like now like when we play different teams, it's not just I'm going to get on the ball and do tricks each time, because obviously teams study you before games. So, for example, when we played against Man United at home, or Gala, obviously Aaron is a good defender. So, okay, no problem, I can go toe to toe with him or doing tricks and whatever, and then he'll win, I'll win. But then that game, I thought to myself, okay, cool. He's good at tackling and stuff like that. So instead of me just getting it like he's used to, he's played against me many years.
Yeah.
I'm going to go into the space. Do you know what I mean? Because he's expecting a 1v1 battle each time. So I'm going to go into the space each time. So yeah, it's just more, it's more, a lot more thought into my game. You get what I mean? It's not like before when I was younger. It's just like I just put my boots on and I just get out there and whatever happens. Like I hope I go past people and whatever. No, it's a proper thought process, because yeah, like I feel like football's 90% mental, and then 10% just you working hard and all that stuff. Because the reason why I say that is because like you see intelligent players.
Yeah.
I swear Iniesta's still playing till now. Busquets playing number 6 for Barcelona. He's not the strongest. He's not the fastest. But then his awareness, looking around, understanding the game, the intelligence. So as you get older, I feel like you get wiser, you know, and you try to see how you can. Well, just in short, working smarter.
Yeah. I like that.
That's it, really.
I like that. I think the cruelty of things in football, especially, is like what you're saying is sometimes when you're younger, you have the physical aspect and you don't have the mental side of it so much, the tactical side of it, and you get away with it. But then, like as you get older and your body starts to change and start losing your things, then you need to start thinking.
Yeah.
And marry the two, you're out, which I think you have done, to be fair, Wilf. I mean, I know you don't give yourself credit in that, but I remember sort of when we were younger coming through, and if I was playing as a 9 and you were out on the wing, it was always trying to I was always trying to come away from you to leave you isolated with somebody because I know what you're going to do to them.
Yeah.
And I think that you made the game easier for everybody else around you, because it was always about allowing you to have the ball in space, leave him 1v1 and just get in the box and he'll do the rest for you. So I think you've never really had to be overly elaborate with the tacticals because you're mad ability on the side. It brings me to another good question, to be honest. Well, I think you might have answered it just then, but we'll see. Who is the hardest opponent you've ever played against?
There's difficult. There's Reece James, there's Carl Walker. Yeah, probably two of the hardest I've played against, because obviously they're fast, they're strong. So yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think playing against Carl Walker, even if you go past him, he's got recovery pace, and
yeah. So yeah, it's definitely difficult to go past him, but done it before.
And you'll
do it. Those are the best.
I'll say it for you. You'll do it again. As for teammates, who's somebody that you've played in the same team as that you've really like? I wouldn't say gelled with, but your games complement each other. You know, what's your best teammate where you've been like, I like playing with him. He either sees my runs, my passes, or whatever, or somebody that just creates something for you. You've got a lot of good players on there.
Yeah, to be honest, the person who I enjoyed playing the most with, obviously there was Yannick, but that's us doing tricks on either side. But
yeah,
the person I enjoyed playing the most with was James MacArthur.
Okay.
Because he is just the person he is. He's just a clean-hearted person, and obviously he's a person that played with me for years. So he believed in the fact that I could change a game.
Yeah.
Like, so, you know, when someone has that belief here, where, okay, for example, he'd get the ball, but he'd do what he's had to do and just give it straight to me. Do you get what I mean? He'd he'll get it straight to me as soon as possible to take on the man. And I feel like, I don't know. I don't know if teams do that. I don't know. There's a few teams, like for example, Spain. They were giving it to their wingers because they know their wingers, because they trust their wingers. Do you get what I mean? Like he used to just get it, give it to me straight, give it to me straight, and it's because over the years he's seen that I can obviously I can make an impact in the game. So it's just someone that really trusted in me.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's and I appreciate it because see when someone's got to thread the ball and then you're holding off a defender. And I remember a game against what's it called, Southampton. I came on second half because I don't know if I felt a little bit tired or whatever. So the gaffer Dan Vieira was like, okay, second half, try come on and do what you can basically. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. So I've come on second half, and then I remember I scored this goal. Basically, we played it on the midfield. It went to Maka, and he got it like just outside the box. And basically, two players think there's two players in front of him. I'm holding off a player behind, the centre back behind. There's two midfielders in front of me, so he's going towards those two midfielders, and I'm holding off the player. I'm like, yes, Maka, yeah, and. There's two things you'd think, do I want to thread that ball through there? It might not work. And two, it's just me.
Against the centre half.
Yeah, against the centre half, and those two could turn or whatever. Do you get what I mean? So, him obviously trusting me, and that's why I appreciate it so much. He still gave that ball. Because there's many others that wouldn't. They'll be like, no, let me go with the easier option out wide or here out. Because I ended up, I was centre forward there. Yeah, and he like that pass he'd always trust and try to thread it through. And then I what's it called? He gave that ball, and you know when you kind of like roll it with your toe, like roll it one time. When it comes instant, you roll it to the side. So obviously the defender's not expecting, and I just banged it and scored. But then this is coming from your players having faith in you to give you that ball when there's someone on your back believing that you can. I don't know.
Like you said, having faith. I think, especially the way you've just described it, obviously turning myself into a number 9, that is a major thing. Your players having faith in you when you front up in front of defender, knowing that if I give Calv this ball, he's going to keep it for me. And I think sometimes when things aren't going so well for you, like you said, players will look at it and think, I don't want to roll it in there. Because I've been that guy. I've been on the wing or in midfield and had the ball, look forward and thought, the last 2 times I've given it, he'd give it away. So I ain't giving it him again because I'm going to end up having to run back.
Yeah.
But the faith in that player, regardless, okay, he's giving it away twice. I'm going to keep giving him the ball because I know when he gets it right, it's a goal. And I think, as you mentioned there, that's a big thing, a bit of belief from your teammate to know to give you the ball. But I always think, especially with yourself, having played with sort of yourself and Ganel and Victor Moses and all them kind of guys, it was always about getting them the ball as quick as possible, you especially, and allow it, like I mentioned earlier on, even coming away from you, get you the ball as early as possible and allowing you to do what you do best. So, that's a huge thing. But yeah, it's a good point to talk about because you could have named players with like massive ability in there.
Do you know what? Thinking about that, I remember one goal that I think you scored this goal actually. I don't know if you headed. What's it called? I can't remember who we were playing against. Yeah, I was left wing, and I did a step over, then I came inside and I gave a cross very deep far side.
Yeah,
you headed it in far.
Yeah, and fell over the board.
That
And I fell over the boards.
Yeah, basically, bro. But but it was the ball was a higher one though. But you got it back post.
Yeah, but that was something that I was always good at. So putting a looping ball, I always used to like the ball. I always used to say I still throughout my career, I always used to say to people, find me at the back post because that's where I'm living. Anything hung up was allow me to empty the defender. Once the defender stood still under the ball, that's mine. I'm taking. I remember that. That was
I don't know who we played against, but this was years back. I don't know. I mean, it may have been like Frawley or something at home,
I think it
something
was
like that. I don't even remember.
Middlesbrough because I'm sure is it George Friend or one of those guys was playing. I remember he was like, "How have you scored from there, bro?" Like
Yeah,
off the pitch almost.
yeah. It was a weird angle to be honest, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's knowing your like you said, it's knowing your teammates' strengths and stuff like that, strengths and weaknesses. Um, I was going to say a quick question, a good question for you, because I know you're a man of many eclectic tastes when it comes to music, but people have been asking me, what are you listening to at the moment?
I listen to a variety. I swear to you, I listen to a variety of
I
different.
know.
Like I posted on my what's it called on my Insta the other day. Wait, let me see. Which tune was it? Sinead O'Connor. Nothing compares to you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Random as hell, bro. But yeah, I listen to the most random stuff, man. It's like I could go from Kendrick, Not Like Us, or to Sinead O'Connor to just the most random songs, man. So yeah, I have a quiet taste. It's not everyday hip hop and whatever. You know? Change it up, man.
I'm very much the same, to be fair. I just go through periods like you mentioned, like a couple of days go by, I'll be listening to something, listen to something else. I've been listening to Common's new album, to be fair, it's pretty good. I like Common old school sort of hip hop stuff.
Yeah.
Sade. You ever listen? When the last time you listened to Sade?
Not even.
To listen to next, man.
Yeah, but
But
listen to old school tunes. I see from your story and stuff. Or I think it's Snap actually, where you'd be driving and just bang old school tunes.
well, I'm old, bro. So yeah, old school. But like, just I mean, I don't want to start hating on the music and stuff like that. But I just find that old music is just there's just so many levels to it. It's more complex than nowadays, and that's not to say I don't like nowadays music. There's some
Bro, it's not even about what's it called. Bro, you can have your. It's not even about dislike. Nowadays, it's just like if something's not of your taste, it's like you dislike it now. It's just like no, like that's just not for me. Like it don't mean I don't like. You can do what you're doing. It don't mean I don't like it, but I'm just into something else. You get what I mean? It's like in the world now, you can't have an opinion, your own opinion on something else, enjoying something else. You have to. I don't know. Like you have to say, yeah, I'm with that. With it.
yeah,
Whatever is in I don't know in fashion or whatever. But yeah, the music back in the day, the R&B and stuff, hip hop back in the day was lit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, this is why when you hear certain songs, it just brings you back to your childhood instantly.
yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
100%. Like I even like mentioned about like the Sade that I've been listening to at the moment. It's funny actually because the last time I was at the farm shop, got out the car, it was still playing, and some woman was walking past, and she was like, "Oh, I love a bit of Sade, Sade.
Say
Oh, I
that.
love a bit of Sade. Oh, I at my wedding that did." I was like, "Who?" Like,
Yeah.
oh, Sade. And she was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, Sadie." You know, but to be fair,
Yeah.
bless her, it is spelt some funk way, man. But nah, yeah, music's massive for me. I listen to music every day, some variation of music, and I mean, sometimes back in the day in the gym and stuff, I used to put on classical music in it in the gym because it gives an emotion and it makes me feel a certain way. And everyone's like, "Who works out to classical music? That ain't it." Like to their own, but that's just me. But yeah, I do think if music, even like films, anything that can invoke an emotion in me of some kind, that's what I wanna listen to. So
Yeah, no, I get you.
should I sweat you to ask you for your top five or not really?
Top five players
I'm a top five players, but I want to ask you your top five artists as well.
oh, my top five artists.
No, players as well. I want both.
Uh,
I'll give you some time to think. I'm gonna give you time to think like I've got my own in my head myself. But for me, music wise, artists, I think you can't not put Kanye in there, man. For
100.
for sheer sort of not even longevity, but body of work.
Yeah, he's different, man. Do you remember what's it called? I don't know what it's called. I don't know. See where he made it was like I don't know if it's 30 minutes.
Mm.
Do you remember he did a film of
Yeah,
where it goes into it's different songs.
songs. Yeah, yeah.
Basically, I'm sure you've seen it. I forgot the name of it. Where basically it all starts basically with I don't know if you must know when the angel of music basically the devil fell down from heaven, or God cast him from heaven, and basically that's what Kanye put. Basically, the angel fell down from heaven, and then he drove and picked up that angel. You know, this is the whole thing is mad. Like so much people don't understand
The depth of it. I
the
can't remember
depth of it.
which album that is. It's the one with
I don't know if it's called Dark Fantasy or Runaway or something, bro.
yeah, I think it's Dark Fantasy. It's the one with there's a beat. I think it's the one with yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Dark Fantasy. There's loads of good songs on that
There's
album.
loads of good songs.
Like I said, he sees things different, man. He always has, and even like obviously now I appreciate him not so much his last album, but the one before. I appreciate him even more because with the religious stuff he was doing, and so that stuff I can sit in the car with my mum's and listen to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Kanye's transcended and grown and gone different angles and been able to produce a body of music. For me, he's in my top 5. I don't care what.
No, 100%. Like, yeah, man. He's got so much. He does so much with the music, man. It's crazy. So yeah, 100%. He has to be in it. Like he's brought up the classics. Like what's it called? College Dropout. I saw a little thing here on Instagram, yeah, where basically they were saying with his music, yeah, that he had before. He basically did a little collage thing here where he's walking, and it's different Kanye's from different eras.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Kanye at the beginning where he's wearing the college dropout clothes and he's walking with a teddy bear on his head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he walks into another Kanye where he's got. Do you remember when he had those glasses, those big glasses that he had?
With the vents.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that phase where he's walking now, and what's it called? The main thing with that is he's going into different Kanyes. You know what I mean? So it was that Saint Kanye with College Dropout at the beginning, and then he went into the Fly Kanye with the glasses and all that stuff, and then the third Kanye was just black. Do you know black? Like he had. Do you know when he wears masks?
He's got the hood on and the mask.
Yeah. But see, when he got to that one, see the first two, he's walking and like looking at the camera, timid. Yeah, looking at the camera. When he wore the black thing, he's just walking straight now. And then he went to another one. I was thinking that is just him so much, bro. This is what makes him a legend because you could see through just his journey and just man, he's a madman. I can't lie.
The evolution of something. I mean, even listen to the songs he's making where he's talking about his life and he's telling a story and it constantly changes and what he's going through he's creating art with. And people just if you're listening as well, like you said, how sort of deep he goes and pays attention to detail. It's artistry, and that's what you want from your music. You want someone to paint a picture and tell a story that you can either relate to or whatever. And yeah, Kanye's on a different level, man. I would say for me, Kendrick, and that was before all of this new stuff for me. I've been listening to Kendrick from the beginning, and his music's different, transcends, and has always had an alternate meaning and stuff like that. For me, he's in there. Nas for me. People say big, all these other people, but again, it's all opinionative. And I think Nas for me, he's another person that has grown. And if you've listened to any of his new stuff, he's telling a story as he's gone through decades and decades, and he's talking, some real stuff that I can relate to now as well. And then I was going to say it's not even a sideball for me. Kano, English Kano for me.
Oh yeah.
that's something I can get that. Like that. What he talks about is through my life. I feel like he's telling the story of my life half the time. So someone that's in there for me. And then, like I mentioned before, Common's always been a guy that like I think gets underappreciated. And
You two look alike, to be honest, so it's no surprise. Bro, pick Common at the end, boy. Bro, just look at him, well, you know what? I'm gonna pick this guy. We've got the same look.
it's got the same.
But yeah, Common's good still. It's not, I can't say it's someone that I really listen to much, but I come across him rapping on Instagram the other day, and it's like it's the old school where everything there's sense behind everything. And look, nowadays people don't really look for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? People just look for a certain beat.
Mm-hmm. That's what.
Yeah, bro. It don't like a certain. This is what I'm saying. This is why nowadays there's DJs that are bigger than artists.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Because a guy will give you the maddest beat. You could be talking nonsense on that beat, but play that in a club, it's going crazy, bro.
Yeah, there's loads. There's loads of people.
Crazy. Okay, 100% Kanye's in there because that's someone that I can. These people that I'm gonna say is people that I'll look for my phone and be like, you know what, I feel like playing you again today, like regularly. Do you get what I mean? So Kanye, 100%. Drake, 100% because he's just. Well, people talking about. Do you know do you know when someone's music actually impacts your life? Like as in like you can't Drake and drive, bro. In your feelings in the car, fam. God knows for a man to have everyone talking about you can't Drake and drive. That's so crazy, fam.
Bro, the body of work is
it's so crazy,
untouchable. You can't talk about the body of work. I'm surely talking. The thing is, like I said, with music, because it's so opinionative and how it impacts you. Drake, for me, there was a portion of my life where what he was singing about was like, yeah. And then sort of as I kind of got a bit older or whatever, it started. The music's untouchable. I can't disrespect it, but some of these other guys were what they were singing was resonating.
Yeah, no, but that's when
why you just don't make my top 5.
Yeah, oh, fair enough.
But you're living a Drake life, bro. So I understand why.
Huh?
I said you're living a Drake life, so I understand.
No, I'm not, bro. Trust me. Yeah, man. He like I feel like his music. The reason why people even said the whole Drake and Drive is because his stuff was so relatable. See, when he would talk about just love and stuff like that, man wasn't in love, but you know when you know those feelings that he was talking about in songs, and especially on a night out, you're in the cab home and you're playing that song. It's like, oh my days, it's peak, bro, man. You're literally envisioning everything he's saying in these lyrics. That's why he's definitely in there.
I hear it.
Who else?
The difficult question, bro.
Yeah, who else?
There's people, like I said, there's people that I listen to on a daily, but just don't quite make it. Like Travis and them man got some.
Yeah, I know he's good, but I don't think I'd put him in top 5. Who else, man? I listen to bare different stuff, man. But I'm trying to think of the core things that I'd even like go back to regularly.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Drake, Kanye,
Future.
Oh my days! How could I forget Future? Madness.
Future literally just outside mine as well.
March Madness, man. It's because these guys is just like, I don't know. Bro, you can listen to March Madness in the... bro, people still be... This is why sometimes I'll watch the videos, yeah. I'll go on YouTube just to see that I'm not the only one, because someone will comment, who's here in 2024? Do you know what I mean? At the bottom of the YouTube video, because it's like that, like timeless songs like that, bro.
Future's songs hit regardless.
It's crazy.
There'll be people be in flying cars in that banging Future.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. 100. I was about to say that. It'll be 2050 or whatever. People will still be banging that tune because it's just, I don't know, man. I do not know, bro. So yeah, that's my three. What other two, man?
Pressure down, boy.
Yeah, it's difficult. I can't lie. I don't know, man.
Yeah, the
Because
hard.
there's a lot of people that I listen to, but I can't put them in top five. Because like they've got good. There's a lot of. I can probably say there's only maybe like three. I can't say because I listen to a lot of people, but I can't put them in like the greatest top five for me.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I mean? I feel like those three people that I mentioned are like top. Do you get what I mean? And I mean as in like the music that they make, it kind of just touches everything, kind of thing. Do you get what I mean? Because other people that I can name that I listen to regularly and stuff is like Lil Uzi Vert, but he's not. I can't say he's really done a body of like a real. Do you get what I mean? But it's just a thing where I just loved his music.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But I wouldn't say top five because when I say top five, like I mean as in like I'll listen to Uzi when what's it called? I'm just trying to turn up and enjoy and all that stuff. But the others, you can listen to them in whatever mood, and they'll put you in whatever mood. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
There's certain artists that will put you in that state where you want to turn up, or you want to just before the game, or stuff like that. So probably my only people, yeah, it will be those three. Then Uzi, and then maybe like.
We could leave it there, bro. We take.
I'll just give that four, man. You got me thinking loads, bro. Yeah, man.
I know the thing is we're gonna get off here, and then afterwards you'll be like, should have thought of this.
Yeah, man. You know what? I'll add Chief Keef. Yeah, bro.
Chief taught some realness. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I love Sosa back in the day. Yeah, man, bro. Trust me. But obviously, it's music that I like. But that was like, yeah, man.
Used to go crazy. It still does. There's another timeless song there. Some songs never go away.
Yeah, bro. Those tunes there, man, it's crazy.
We'll stick with four. We'll stick with four, and I'll tee you up for you can give me the last one in another episode, another time.
No problem, bro, man.
Top five players, and then we're out of here.
Okay.
People that are throughout history or whatever you want to talk about, just like the guys you've looked up to, or you're just like they're real footballers to me.
Okay.
Again, not an easy one. I'll give you one for free. R9.
Yeah, 100.
Gotta be in there.
Yeah, 100. R9.
Thierry.
But I'd say, yeah, but I love Thierry, but me, he wasn't really skills and all that stuff. He's just unbelievable finisher.
There was some trickery in there.
Yeah, but when I'm talking trickery, I mean as in
Ronaldinho.
Yeah, Ronaldinho and them, man. Obviously, when I look at Thierry Henry, it's like he didn't do too much of the thingy, but you'd like if you'd come to see Thierry Henry, you'd come to see the finesse with the touch, and do you get what I mean? The pace, the curl finish, stuff like that. Do you get what I mean? But with like R9, he did. I swear, I remember him doing. I don't even know if it's the same time, but I see him do a flip flop, and I'm thinking, who invented this? R9 or Ronaldinho? Do you get what I mean? I'm sure you must have seen that clip where he does.
Invented that, bro.
Bro, I don't know who they were playing against, and he had like three players around him. He touched it, and then he did a little flip flap past the player on the line. Do you get what I mean? So
yeah, I used to watch all his stuff, bro.
yeah.
Somebody in the comments will probably pop up and tell you that some next guy from somewhere did it back in 1884, something bad.
What I saw,
invented that move. He was something else. A marriage of pace, power, technique, finish, everything, just total package for me from what I'm watching as a kid. And I guess what you're on about as well when you talk about Henri's, it's like it's somebody in football as well that you see yourself in as well, like or a different player to Henri. That's probably why for me, like Henri.
Yeah.
I could look at that guy, you
know. Yeah. I wish I could flip and have that type of his finishing, It's just crazy, man. I see some goal he scored in pre-season where Senderos he's made good movement. So he's gone and he's played it over the top. He's chipped it over this guy, lobbed it over the keeper.
Chipped it right foot in it over the flag.
Right foot, left foot, straight over the keeper, and like he's backing up as he's just. But the whole thing is just like this. It's like he's seen it in his head before. He's gonna do the whole thing, and he's just executed it ridiculously.
It's funny as well because I'm sure he talks about one of the goals he scored against Man United when Barthez was in goal, where it came to him and he chips it up and then volleys it over his shoulder at Highbury.
Yeah.
He talks about that and says it's something he'd thought about doing before the ball even got to him.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing as it's coming in, and like to be able to execute at that level.
This is what I'm talking about, the arrogance where the ball comes and you just chip it, bang.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. You gotta have that arrogance to think, okay, you know what, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, and then when it comes off, you're a genius.
I think we mentioned last time it's a marriage of sort of confidence and being fearless.
Yeah.
There'll be people that would think that. I could probably say I'm be guilty of thinking, oh yeah, I could try and do this. I mean, if I kick this out the ground, bro, people are going to be vexed. so you don't do it. But
this is what I'm talking about. Those guys are going to be vexed either way because whatever you do, if it goes in, they're going to come looking at you like, oh my God, this mastermind. Like, but then if it goes over, it is what it is. Do you get what I mean? That's why I think, do it.
100%.
Do you get what I mean? So yeah, R9, Ronaldinho, obviously Messi's in there. Neymar, because I always see they put, what's it called? The prince that never got crowned king. Because there's arguments that people put out there, like Neymar's better than Ronaldinho. And I'm
not really having them, to be fair.
No, I'm not. I don't even want to. I don't even want to hear conversation.
Yeah. I was going to say we don't have to touch on.
Neymar is one of the best players in the world. He's up there with Ronaldo and Messi.
You've got to think about it for him. If he came at a time when there wasn't Ronaldo and Messi, there would be no arguments.
Yeah, 100%.
He's just unfortunate he come along when there's two men that are like out of this world playing.
Yeah. So then, even with him, he was out of this world. So, like, people think less of him because I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Oh, see, like, people think less of him because when he went to PSG, it's like, that first season when he went to PSG, disgusting. But just before he left Barcelona, and him, the first season at PSG was elite with Ronaldo and Messi vibes. Do you get what I mean? But my thing is, I think you should just leave GOATs where GOATs are. Do you get what I mean? Because nowadays, it's like kids nowadays are like, oh, how is Ronaldinho better than Neymar? And it's like, brother, I'm not trying to have this dispute, man. Just enjoy Ronaldinho and because the impact my man was making on people. Do you get what I mean? It's not just what he was doing, just everything. Do you get what I mean? The impact of running around his head, thingy, the R10 boots, and the boots look wham, bro. When you actually look at it now, when you actually look at Ronaldinho's boots now, they were tiempos.
Yeah, they were some.
This guy was flip flopping people with tiempos, bro.
With bricks on them. Hey, some heavy boots, looking all nimble and that.
Until you try them on, you slap those boots on, and you're like, nah, how's this guy doing tricks with loafers?
They're defenders' boots now, bro. That was dancing through people with breeze blocks on his feet and that.
Bro, exactly. This guy slapped a R10 on tiempos and made people out here want to wear them. That's when, nah, man, sorry. I'm going to need you to wear Umbros and make people want to wear them, bro. That's when you know made a crazy impact.
That's too fun.
Bro, God knows, because tiempos, you ain't what? Who's gonna make you wear? Who's gonna make you wear tiempos? Like Mercurials, you're that guy. You feel past you, whatever. Tiempos, the biggest tongue. Yeah, bro, he was something else, bro, man. The way he took free kicks, that the walk, the sideway, everything, man.
The
It was
way
different.
the way he crept up, bro. Literally, like I said,
He said the way he crept up.
he used to just creep up on it and then just
Yeah,
quick.
yeah,
He for me, yeah, what he embodied in the game is something else. You're talking about a player that had everything, and people don't even remember like his passing range. And there's videos of him hitting 40-yard grass cutters to people.
yeah. And we both know about. He gets the ball and he touches it down, and he kind of does a double touch, and then cross cut far corner,
And
the
so
guy slides, but the keeper saves it. Bro, it's crazy.
to do everything, and he did it all with a smile on his face, which helped. Is something else as well. So yeah, like you said, goats need to be left alone. People do bring me into that conversation. I know some of my boys will be listening, like, oh yeah, Cal trying to get Wilf to say Ronaldinho is better than Neymar because they believe Neymar. But it depends on what era you came from. Some
Literally,
were born watching Neymar. When
yeah,
I was coming up, I was watching Ronaldinho.
exactly.
Different, but
So just leave it as that. I'm not gonna have a dispute with you because yeah, cool. Neymar is unbelievable, but
yeah.
it's two different things, man. Let's just leave it there. It's even like, oh yeah, who's better, Ronaldo or Messi? Bro, I have my preferences. I feel like what's it called? Ronaldo is an unbelievable goal scorer.
Mhm.
Messi is just, bro. He's running with his head down, and he's just making passes to guys that it's unbelievable, bro. Do you get what I mean? But I
Again,
love them both.
for me, I look at the two of them, like you said, unbelievable players, like we've probably never seen. But Messi has everything for me. Again, you could drop Messi into a number 10 position and he'll command a game of football. Whereas I think if you did it with R9, maybe not R9, Cristiano Ronaldo, maybe not the same. I think he can play so many different positions and have an impact like no other.
Yeah, but then at the same time, you could put Ronaldo left wing, right wing, up front. He's a machine, bro. The guy can jump high. The guy can left foot, right foot. Bro, they're
Like
both unbelievable. But
it's
yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like Ronaldo, he's a machine that will score a goal. Like he'll score a goal each game. If whether it's a headers, whatever. But Messi, in terms of footballer,
mhm,
God-given talent.
mhm,
Because I feel like Ronaldo's got unbelievable talent, but it's like he's turned himself into a machine and
mhm,
it's amplified it. But Messi is like, this guy is 4 foot something
mhm.
with just God-given talent. Do you get
Yeah,
what I mean?
just a straight baller, isn't he? A straight baller. But
Yeah, man.
yeah, I don't wanna keep you too much, Wilf. I know you've got stuff and things where to be, but obviously the conversations flowed a little
Yeah,
bit.
they carry on, man. Good conversations always carry on, man.
I hear it. I hear it. But yeah, we will let you get back to stuff. How's preseason going? Because I know the Galatasaray fans are eager for me to ask this.
Um, it's going okay. Well, what's it called? I think, we won. How could I even forget? Because these games are just going. You
Thick
know,
and fast. That's how preseason is, bro.
yeah, we lost our last game, but I think obviously it's preseason. You're getting back to normality, and for me personally, it's been a year since I've had a preseason where
Yeah.
I'm not injured over the summer. I'm just, you know how it is, man. I'm just churning through things, and I'm feeling myself slowly, because for me to be able to do what I do, I need to be able to my recovery. Do you get what I mean? Because if I'm gonna dribble and do skills or whatever, I need to have the energy to do it.
Mhm.
Do you get what I mean? And obviously with that preseason behind me, I'm feeling like myself more again.
Mm.
Do you get what I mean? So yeah, it's been good for me, man. I've enjoyed the minutes I've had, and it's like obviously it hasn't been perfect, and like I'm not 100%, but I feel like I'm heading in a good direction. So it's yeah, man. The going, you know, what it's like going through that injury phase. It's just like you just want to get back to without. You know, when you take 2 steps back, you get a little tightness here and da da da. And
Yeah.
I thank God that I haven't had nothing so far. So touch wood,
But
continues the same way, man.
as well, I think preseason, and like you said about being injured in the off season and leading into it is so key. You want to run into a season with no injuries, so you're never behind. Because if something happens in preseason, you always playing catch up.
Yeah.
Right up to probably like Christmas, you're playing catch up.
Mm.
And as you mentioned, I think as long as you're progressing and you feel like you're getting fitter as you go along, then you're in a good place. I do promise people a little bit of nutritional advice at some stage through every episode, as I mentioned something last time. So for you, Wilf, nitrates is what you need to keep your fitness levels up. That's all of your green vegetables, your kale, cabbage, your arugula, which is rocket in this country. It could be arugula in Turkey, I'm not sure. If you increase some of that, that transfers into nitric oxide, which allows your body to get more oxygen to your muscles. So there's
All right.
there's your little treat right at the end.
Thank you, man. Well, to be honest, I've tried to thingy now. I've tried to what's it called? I eat 3 meals a day, and it's the same thing every single day. Like I have breakfast, eggs, tuna, and toast, and then lunch I have salad, eggs, and chicken, and then in the evening I have. But my portions are the tiniest. If you ever see the tiniest portions, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just perfect for me. So yeah, that's why I try to eat all the time. So my diet is kind of just balanced.
Balanced and timing. Like you said, the timing is crucial. So
Yeah,
have a stable time of every day of the meals coming in at the same time
yeah,
is as important as what you're eating. People
yeah,
forget. People are out here eating all 10, 11 o'clock at night. Oh, I'm not losing no weight, this and this. You've got to eat earlier on in the day, allow your body time to break these fats down and transfer things and
yeah.
proteins and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, we've had these conversations before, but for the people that are listening, there's a little bit of something for you. But yes, Wilf, appreciate you coming through as always, bro. If you haven't already, go subscribe to Will's Twitch. It's a very good bit of entertainment to watch and play some Call of Duty and some other games on there. I'll leave that down in the comment section at the bottom. Do subscribe to the channel if you can, because you want to stay up to date. I'll have a lot of content coming in the next couple of weeks, so you want to make sure that you're locked into that. Will's Instagram will also be down the bottom there. But as always, this has been the Unpressables. Thanks for coming through. Hope you got something from the episode. Wilf, thanks again, as always, for coming through, and you're welcome back here whenever you want.
No worries, bro. Thanks for having me, man.
I appreciate it. So I'll see you later. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.